Live from the KXLY 4 HD Broadcast Center in downtown Spokane. You're waking up with Good Morning Northwest HD.
We're going to talk about an area that's pretty high-tech here in Coeur d'Alene, Advanced Input Systems. That's where we are this morning for Manufacturing Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
Good.
I don't think so. I'm glad that they're on that end. Hey, coming up, look at this. We've got a wonderful welcome sign. It is Manufacturing Monday. We're going to take you from crayon to high-tech coming up here on Manufacturing Monday.
It is 5:13. Let's check in with Mark on this Manufacturing Monday. You're out in Coeur d'Alene at Advanced Input Systems. What's this place all about, Mark?
I tell you what, it's about a lot of high-tech gear, putting out about 200 different items a month, and this is high-tech. And they deal with computers. How about somebody who builds computers? Advanced Input Systems, an Esterline company here in Coeur d'Alene. We're going to show you. Look at how big this place is, and this yellow line demarks where we need to wear our special gear, which are these cute shirts, which have, I believe, like metal in them so that we don't, no static cling, no static shock.
That's right. This is an ESD smock, so we protect the customer's product.
I want one of these on a trampoline. All right. We're going to show you some of the manufacturing process, and if you want to go back there, you can see a board, a computer board that's being printed right now, literally being printed and then assembled by the machine. What do you make here?
We make user interface panels, largely for the medical equipment market. We do some military ground vehicles, and actually the product we're placing right now is for casino gaming.
All right, and so that would go in the machine, and that's part of the logic circuit and everything that gets stacked into the machine.
It's actually the buttons you push to bet and spin.
Very nice. And on any of those, it doesn't say you automatically win. So when we say user face, then it is those surface buttons that we see in the hospitals and things like that, where they're inputting the information.
Yeah, so for instance, on an ultrasound panel, it would be the trackball and the sliders that help the technician get the image.
All right, and you have 200 different products to go out on a monthly basis, so you're doing thousands of different projects a year.
That's correct. We're a very high-mix, low-volume assembly house. We kind of focus on niche markets. Typical runs for us, believe it or not, are going to be 20 pieces to 100 pieces per month.
Well, I imagine there's only so many ultrasound machines. There's not millions of them out there. There are, but they come in online slowly. All right, we're going to show you how this works and how they go to start to finish when it comes to the input mechanisms on some of these cool things, including, I'm finding out, casino gaming. All right, it is Manufacturing Monday. We're in Coeur d'Alene. We'll talk about employees and again, what they have here a little later on.
All right, real quick, it looks like you have one of the lab coats on. Is that a requirement for safety?
Yeah. This is an anti-static, if you will. I couldn't wear this and then come up and shock you if I were to, have a static charge in my body, because the static charge can destroy some of the equipment.
Interesting.
See?
Okay, Mark. Thank you.
I thought you were just trying to look smart, Mark. All right. Thanks a lot.
This is just the beginning of what could be your winning or losing at the gaming tables. And it's all assembled here in Coeur d'Alene. Manufacturing Monday and your forecast on Good Morning Northwest.
Mark Peterson, you had a front row seat. You were at the Spokane AIDS Network, the big gala raising funds for AIDS research, and I know that was a great time last night, Mark. I think do you hear me, Mark?
Oh, good. I'm sorry. I'm learning about, I am attached to a machine right now, and I think I could tell you the lotto numbers if I thought about it. No, guys, we had a wonderful time last night, and I'm sorry. It was a very long night last night with the Spokane AIDS Network Oscar Gala, and we had a wonderful time watching it, and Inglorious, the bad word, that movie did amazingly well. It's sort of a naughty word. We're going to tell you about some cool things happening right now. Let's talk about a cool down when it comes to the forecast. I so have to pay attention. Mike, really, I must. This is a blank circuit board, and what happens is that it goes through a process of having the solder literally laid down onto it like a printer, and then it comes through this machine. We're going to follow it from here all the way down there, coming up in just a little bit here on Good Morning Northwest.
All right, Mark, thanks. If it continues to stay on top, Mark Peterson, that means it's good. If next week the numbers are down, we're thinking that the people who have seen it have told their friends not to go.
I think you have a good trend there. Avatar just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. We'll see what happens. All right, everybody, when you're in here and you're going to handle anything, you've got to plug into the nearest available machine so you don't have static cling. We'll talk about that and what you're going to be seeing coming into the casinos made right here in Coeur d'Alene. That's coming up.
So it's good to see you can be rewarded for mindless fun.
But you look at this and you wonder how that cord's not getting all tangled up. Basically, I can drop it down and bring it back up. That's the extent.
I know, I can do like 3 times and then it's like,
right.
You know?
I'm thinking, Mark Peterson, you might know how to do a little like walk the dog or something tricky, fancy like that.
I can do a few yo-yo tricks, like 2. Maybe walk the dog. I can do the I don't even know what it's called, but and that thing. I can do. Hey, when it comes to cords around here, you always got to plug in. So it is. You guys could do a yo-yo that's anti-static, an ESD yo-yo. We'll explain that coming up. All right, guys, it is Manufacturing Monday, and Esterline, Advanced Input Systems, and they're inputting some pretty cool technology into not only the medical field, but right now we're onto a casino part, and we love that. All right, what we have here is basically a huge camera on Manufacturing Monday. And can we go ahead and sort of slide that through and show? It automatically goes through and is absorbed in here. This thing knows exactly what it should look like, and this camera starts processing the information. So that is showing those points where it's going to check all the solders and joints, make sure it's okay. Now, can we pull one of those if we're correctly grounded? Now, is it okay if I hold it? All right, this is set up. There are 10 different boards here. Can you pull the motherboard? All right, this is the motherboard that's going to go in. These 10 will be split out and plug into each one of these. Now, here's the key to this. Each one of these is like a VGA gaming board that will then turn the buttons into monitors so they can make the buttons say or look like anything they want graphically or to hit the, play again, right? Okay, now, I'm going to put this down. This is very tender, and I don't want to hurt them. I'm not good at this stuff. Remember, I drive tractors and farm on the summertime. Grab that motherboard one more time, because you are properly grounded. Tell me what that button right there, what does that button do when it's in?
That's the play again button. We sometimes see these come back after player enthusiasm, we tend to call it.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're starting to see more and more high-tech things happening. What this means is, Mike and Cly, is that all the buttons where you normally say, you want to play 10 points, 20 points, 30, all of that can be changed, and entire banks of games now will be able to be changed by pressing a few buttons, and because of these monitors being built here in Coeur d'Alene, it'll be a whole new machine with just a couple keystrokes, and you won't need this unless your card for frequent player is attached to it. All right, guys. Manufacturing Monday, of course, trying to show those things that are taken from raw and sent to a final product, and lean manufacturing. We're in one of the cells, which now starts here and over on the other side and culminates in the middle. We're going to explain the process of what happens here and the end result that you will recognize. That's coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
All right, Mark, thank you.
And that makes me tired just thinking about going up all those stairs. How about you?
In full gear? I couldn't do it in tennis shoes and a bad headband. I think that's absolutely wonderful that they did that. They raised some good money, and they raised awareness as well. Hey, coming up on Manufacturing Monday, this is going to be the future of gaming. They're going to be able to reassign and differentiate all the buttons. Why? Everyone has a little monitor in it. We're going to show you the manufacturing process here on Manufacturing Monday.
All right, let's go out to Mark Peterson now. It's Manufacturing Monday. He is in Coeur d'Alene with your HD forecast.
And good morning, everybody. We are at Esterline, Advanced Input Systems. We're going to show you what they make in this lean manufacturing cell coming up in a moment. Right now, let's get to the weather and show you what's happening. All right, it is Manufacturing Monday, and I tell you, Esterline is an international, global business, and one of the cells here is right here in Coeur d'Alene. Now, they're making a very cool display that's going to be, and it's called the Programmable Button Panel. Mike, tell us a little bit about what we have. This is the physical assembly of all of it.
That's right. This is our final assembly area for the button panel, and you'll see here each of the work steps is broken up, and these are actually synchronized to the production rate, so each worker has a balanced work quantity to do.
So they know what they have to do, and they're putting out about 200 a day. Now, she's putting the little springs onto the buttons, or the legs, that then go into the motherboard that we saw. She then goes ahead and puts the monitor on it, and then moves it down the line. See, it's in the finished area. Over here, you got to follow me. This is where they're taking the panel itself. She's putting the frames in and the lenses. Now, once these two come together at the end, Mindy puts the motherboard in, attaches a back, screws it down, and that panel is finished and looks a lot like that. And that is a finished panel right here at Esterline. They're doing 200 a day. We will have more from Manufacturing Monday coming up in a little bit, including we'll fire one up, guys.
All right, neat stuff there, Mark. Thanks so much.
And coming up, we're going to show you some of the final products that come through this assembly area and manufacturing on Manufacturing Monday here on Good Morning Northwest. All right, coming up, let's take a look at what's happening with the forecast. Esterline, Advanced Input Technology. This is a company that is, again, worldwide. One of the segments is here in Coeur d'Alene, and we're going to show you the finished product and some of the other things that they make. It's not just about the casino, although it's a cool thing to see. That's coming up here on Good Morning North. Esterline, Advanced Input Systems. This is a keyboard that is somewhat weatherproof and dustproof, being used exterior. We're going to show you some of the other stuff that they do here in Coeur d'Alene during Manufacturing Monday. How about this? How about a keyboard that's perfectly flat, sealed, and you can clean it to keep infections away? This is used in hospitals to make sure everything is clean. It's beautiful. It even says cleaning required when flashing. If only toilets came with that. Now, let's get to the weather and show you what's going on. I'll put the keyboard down. Manufacturing Monday, we found this little company called Esterline. It's a global company with a local one, Advanced Input Systems, here in Coeur d'Alene. 350 employees. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So you're huge. You're so quiet.
We are quiet. Probably one of the reasons is you don't typically find our label on products.
Okay.
We make products for large OEMs in the medical market, in the military field. But we do have some of our own products, and one is the Metagenic keyboard that you just showed.
Yeah, that's very cool. Now, guys, we showed you this start to finish now on this keyboard. This is going to be used, this button assembly is going to be used for casinos. So take a look. See the dancing pig? See, they can change the screen. It's like its own video monitor. And there, see the dancing pig, isn't that cute? Over here, you can have call for service, collect your cash. Very neat. This is for ultrasound technology, again, being used in hospitals, and they help design this. The design comes from not only those ordering it, but is used and tested right here in Coeur d'Alene. 350 employees, and they came up with a dancing pig. It's pretty cool. This is what manufacturing is all about, creative ideas that make money. And I got to tell you, we're at Esterline, Advanced Input Systems. This is a new system that you'll see on some of the casinos. It starts as this.
Forecast is at our Manufacturing Monday location, which is in Coeur d'Alene today.
All right, and good morning, everyone. We're at Esterline. It's a global company that has 350 employees right here in Coeur d'Alene. They're very quiet. I come in, everything gets upside down. Take a look. All right, the display that you see down there has to go through a final test. That final test happens here. Nikki usually does it. And she takes this and literally hits every button, which is represented over there on the computer. And then it does a self-diagnostic. All of the diagnostic equipment was thought of and made right here to make sure that these keypads, I made that up, work. It's pretty cool. They've got a lot of people doing a lot of cool things. We'll have more. I'm putting the bezels in, trying to assemble a piece that will end up being in a casino somewhere in the United States, I imagine. All right, Esterline, Advanced Input Systems in Coeur d'Alene. 350 employees make 200 to 300 different products each month in a lean manufacturing system. Guys, back to you. All right, Sam, thank you very much. At Esterline here in Coeur d'Alene, the remote starts as this, the cover, and it ends up like this. How cool is that?
Manufacturing Monday.
Not as hot as the piece of rubber I'm holding right now. This becomes the cover for a box, a remote. We'll talk more about why it's so hot in a minute. Right now, let's get to the forecast. All right, these covers, when finished, look a lot like this. And these are one of the very few in the country that does this. Hit the green button. This thing comes together, Mike and KXLY. It really does. Will it? Oh, his is running. Okay. See, again, I've pressed a green button. Nothing happened. 100 tons of pressure will make that work. Back to you.
All right, just don't break anything in there, Peterson. All right, we'll see you.
Esther Line, when you take a look at this, these are video screens. What are they? Monitors? Little monitors. Little display monitors. And when you look at the back, it says, made in the USA. More importantly, made in Coeur d'Alene on Manufacturing Monday.
All right, neat stuff. Thanks, Mark.
Make sure you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest HD.